can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Luke Cattell. This is a final prediction video for the big fight taking place, the undefeated American super middleweight Diego Pacheco against Trevor McCumby. Luke, good to be joined by you as always. I feel like this is a busy weekend in boxing, and this fight's gone a bit under the radar for me. I think there's the big fight taking place in London this weekend. Pacquiao Barrios fight, which might be for some people, might not be for other people. But yeah, a big card here in Texas, and really looking forward to this fight. We'll let you take it away. Give us your thoughts on this one, please. Pacheco versus McCumby.
I think that Diego Pacheco is one of the most underrated super middleweights, and I think it's because people have kind of seen his whole career, and they've always been like, well, there's always a guy there, like around 05s, 15s, 25s, probably in the next era, 35, right? Around the five in the years, guys go from prospects to contenders to the best fighters in the world. And people don't really ever feel it. They're always like when Floyd retired, Crawford was probably the best guy. But I remember there was so much resistance from people saying, oh, Crawford, no, it can't be him. And then you're looking at the list and it's like, who would be above him? Diego Pacheco is one of like the five best super middleweights. And I feel like if you say that to a lot of people, they'd go, no, that can't be right. And then if you look at a list, it's like, okay, is Canelo really a super middleweight? Like, sort of, but he's kind of, he's kind of in his Canelo world. He's not going after the contenders consistently. He's kind of going after what works. You got Iglesias, except I don't have to read them off because everyone listening, they're very smart boxing people. So Pacheco is very good. I also think Trevor McCumby is an interesting guy because I think that a lot of the real boxing people remembered him with Top Rank. He disappears, he comes back. He's kind of looks like he's in a Chevy commercial or a Ford commercial. He's like the stereotype of American, got his hunting gear and all this stuff. I'm sure the European fight fans um, don't know what to make of Trevor McCumby's new look. It's a very American look, but the guy has a big motor. He's in shape and he has a deep amateur pedigree. I think this is a real fight. I'm the most people I'm talking to, they think there's a levels difference and this is going to be a mismatch. I'm very high on Diego, but Diego gets hit with right hands. McCumby's got a really good right hand. I think this is going to be a real fight, a competitive fight. And if Diego can win this fight, he's got one of the best resumes in super middleweight. He's beating all the up and comers.
Yeah, look at two punches as well. Pacheco 18 stoppages in 23 wins, McCumby 21 stoppages in 28 wins, and just one loss between the two of them. So it is a really good fight, and it just, as I said, I just do feel like this fight deserves more attention, to be honest. Luke, I want to ask, could Diego Pacheco be the next superstar of American boxing, in the sense that he's still very young, undefeated, but like I just want to ask, when it comes to guys who can maybe kind of fill stadiums or headline at Vegas consistently, be pay-per-view stars, if there was one guy who was going to be that guy for the next 5 to 10 years, is it Diego Pacheco or is it somebody else?
I'd like it to be him because I like his mentality about boxing, but it feels like if he was going to be that guy, we'd start to get more of a buzz right now. It's feeling like those guys, like look at a Ryan Garcia, for example. Even when they have inconsequential fights, they have a lot of enthusiasm around their fight. Feels like Diego's had a lot of meaningful fights, and still a lot of fight fans are unaware of him. So, though I want it to be him, and though I think he could be a pound for pound level fighter, I think he's someone that's going to have to go the achievement route and define his legacy for the fans to take an interest for whatever reason. I don't think people are just naturally drawn to him to fill a stadium. It's going to have to be who's he fighting, look at who he's beaten. So I think it could happen, but he has to go a more traditional, old school route.
Yeah, no, we'll see what happens. And like, still very young as well, right? And I think we can debate about how he's been managed. Has it been too slow? Has he got a padded record? I'm not saying either of those things, but some people might have their opinions on it. Final question. from me to you, Luke. We saw a fantastic performance from Hamza Shiraz over the weekend, knocking out Edgar Berlanga in the 5th round. This is a fight I would love to see. I'm high on Hamza Shiraz. I'm a big fan. Um, we could see this fight for world title next year, maybe a final eliminator. But that would be a fight I would really want to see, Hamza Shiraz versus Diego Pacheco. I would back Hamza Shiraz to win that fight. I think he's fantastic. Who would you back?
Well, I just want to add one little side note so Diego doesn't beat me up, but and this is no bull crap. One of the more real records, undefeated records. I mean, he beat Sean McCallum, he beat Steve Nelson. He's beaten real guys that I think a lot of prospects wouldn't jump in there with. And like his record is real. Him versus Shiraz. I mean, just to be interesting, I'll probably go Pacheco, just so then there's like some debate, US versus UK and stuff. But I mean, that's a real fight. That's one where like you see it and you got two top up and comers. Shiraz has all the makings of being a star. He has those attributes, the breakout performance. He's almost like a Margarito, but with distance and ability. But he can put those punches together. Maybe Paul Williams or something. But Pacheco is interesting because he doesn't wow you, but what he's doing is impressive. And I think that's kind of why people haven't caught on to him is doing the performance he did against Steve Nelson is impressive. Not a lot of guys can do that. So I'll say Diego Pacheco would find a way to beat Shiraz based off of landing some power shots and dictating the fight with the jab and making Shiraz hesitant to engage.
Fantastic. Well, look, I don't like talking too much about fights that haven't happened yet, but maybe the biggest test in Pacheco's career so far this weekend against Trevor McCumby, and we will see if he see if he comes out on top. But yeah, big fan of his as well. Been interesting to see his career develop, and it should be an exciting 12 months for him. Luke, as always, thank you for your time. I'll speak to you again soon.